you're working with people that give a damn, that care about you.
My name is Don Marshall.
Nigel Austin.
I'm 64 years old. They don't. Jobs are hard to come by for my age.
Actually, I was homeless just prior to coming here. I was homeless at the time.
If it wasn't for this job, I'd probably be living on the streets.
My name's John David Tospin.
Carl Danielson.
I was someone who had basically done what I was asked of me and ended up with nothing. NineLine gave me what I needed in order to improve my own life.
My name is Wade Victoria.
Douglas Brown.
Elvin Halstead.
James Richard Luncheon.
James Evans.
I'm proud of what I do. I mean, I try to help and do things properly. We always look at each other's work, check each other out as to what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Make it. I'll call my floor manager now to make sure that happens tomorrow.
I spent 8 years in the U.S. Army.
I was in the Air Force.
United States Army.
I was in the Air Force.
My father was a veteran.
I was United States Army.
Army.
U.S. Army.
U.S. Air Force.
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened after I got out. I remember I joined a telemarketing firm. And then I branched off into odd jobs, various odd jobs.
I got into the restaurant business. I did 25 years in restaurants. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't get a job. I got too old.
Yeah, I was in a pretty bad spot.
I was living on the streets.
I was taking care of my mother, and when she passed away a couple of years ago, it hit me pretty hard. Went through recovery.
Actually, I was homeless.
My roommate died and I became homeless.
I was homeless for a moment.
And I wound up on the streets.
I was diagnosed with being a diabetic. The diabetic put me into a coma. So I lost my prior job. I was a maintenance supervisor. And so I lost my job when I got out the hospital. So I was unemployed, homeless.
And then NineLine, the program management picked me up, and they housed me, and I started working for NineLine.
And then I went to meeting for the state and met Jules there.
When I was getting out of recovery, I called Jules, and she set me up to move into the house that I live in now. Oh, I don't know how many months it was after that. Then I came to work for NineLine's.
I was looking for work, and NineLine's reached out to me, and we started talking. And pretty soon, I told them what some of my issues were, and they offer a whole variety of help and services. And so I started doing that, and then mentioned that I really could use work. And they found me a job pretty darn quick.
I was looking for an opportunity to work when I came to NineLine. I worked many, many places, but I've never felt more comfortable and at home than working here.
And NineLine came across, I applied for NineLine, and they virtually saved my life.
Well, now I currently work at NineLine, and I work in the half-face respirator section.
I refurbished full-face respirator.
Well, I started from the bottom. Actually, I was creating masks. I was on the line, working on the line, and I was promoted to driver, logistics specialist. Then I made my way up to director.
My job basically involves ensuring that the other employees have what they need to do their job and to schedule various times and deliveries.
Specifically, I make on my job, I make all the hoods, the overhead hoods and respirators
Mostly I work in building 15. I do fall down. That's where the product comes from Boeing. I disassemble it, organize it for laundry, and from there it goes back to the main building.
I'm a driver and I'm sort of pick up the slack for everybody else. I go around and help everybody. If Don is off, then I take his job. If other people are off, I take their job for the day.
Our role is to cover hoses, to put plastic over hoses to protect them from paint.
Pretty much, I back up Vic and Al for the masks that they make, so I'm doing all the pre work for them so that they can do the final assembly.
Yeah, this is a great company to work for, and there's not extreme stress or anything. It's just a one-on-one with the company and yourself. As far as production goes, you want to do a good job because you're working for good people.
This outfit, in this outfit, there's a lot of room for cohesion. There's a lot of room for chit-chatting. There's a lot of room for friendship. But there's a lot of room for work too. And when it's time to work, it's time to work.
I was told early on, with these respirators, their lives are in our hands. Something doesn't go right, they catch it and they send it back.
When you're in the military, things need to be done a certain way for a very specific reason. And it's the same thing here with breathing equipment. You know, if we don't do things properly, there could be a leak in a mask and somebody might inhale some fumes that causes them problems either right away or later on down the road. So we really take our job seriously. The procedures that we have, we're always looking at them to see if we can make improvements, but quality really has to be, as they say, job one, because, you know, it deals with people and their breathing.
We're corrected on the spot. Pretty much, John's a very good floor manager. He walks and he looks. And if he sees something, he'll correct you, or co-workers as well.
My main thing is I don't want to let nobody down. I believe they all can count on me. I've never given them a reason not to. Do depend on me and trust my work, my ethics.
As manager, I have high standard, high expectations of those I am responsible for. But I also hold myself up to equal standards. I would not ask my employees to do anything that I myself would not do.
Usually there's no errors. There's no errors, there's no fires, there's nothing to put out. It's a good day. I would say that I'm lucky that I have a few people on my staff that has been working here longer than I have. So the direction that I may need to take is minor. If there are errors that need to be corrected, they're just from the top. And then from there, I just give my direction to my floor supervisor, and then the team makes adjustments as needed. So they don't require much guidance from me. They know what they're doing. They've been taught well, they've been trained, and they're independent. So they get the job done.
We don't just do things how we want to do it here. We do things how the customer wants it, as many as the customer wants, if we can, on time for the customer, and built right for the customer. So the customer's got a lot to look forward to in hiring NineLine.
The quality and the product itself speaks for itself, and we try to get the orders out on time, and we do. And everyone here is pretty easygoing and happy, and it makes me that way.
Take pride in our work. I don't hear any feedback of complaints, and because I think if there was a feedback of complaints, we'd be hearing it from our boss. You know, it's like, hey, you guys are doing this wrong, or you're doing this wrong, or what's the hang up? And it's more or less from what I've gathered before and listened to Sean and Nigel talk, is that especially like Sean, he appreciates what we do and he appreciates us, and I like that.
Always good to have people, especially NineLine's, looking into what we're doing and watching us so that they make sure we're doing it correctly. And that's a plus all the way around.
I'm really grateful for the group that I work with. I take a lot of pride in what I do. I know the guys do as well, and we give each other feedback all the time. Nobody takes it personally because we're all trying to do the best job possible.
Well, I think we all got one goal, and our number one goal is equality. Putting stuff out that door that you know that your fingerprints are on, you know it's done right, and I like that. I like work being rechecked before it goes out the door.
Our work helps provide the necessary resources for people who have given everything they can for their country and for others to improve their own lives, to give them the opportunity to gain a decent future.
This is a company that cares and shares. Its workers have pride and respect for the job. Seeing how a lot of veterans are ignored, you want a company that reaches out to veterans. You want a company who can feel their pain.
14 years doing this. This program I've seen a lot of veterans come and go through this program in all the years, and I've seen them go on to bigger and better things. The program will help the veterans in ways that it's hard to describe some ways I've seen it help. It is a good program. The people working here in the program have got to be willing to make it work. And there's we got a crew right now that's in that attitude. We all want to work. We all want to make this succeed.
More veterans out there that need support. They need help. They need jobs. They need housing. They just need. So I'm gonna do whatever I can do, the little I can do, to make sure that that they're still in the fight. Because we're probably not in the Army anymore, but we're not out of the fight.